Wow. That was the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me, I think.
Wow. And we caught it on podcast. Lucky day.
Maybe do more things.
Maybe go see a doctor.
Because that's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. I'm so boring, I need to see a doctor.
Go see a doctor about getting out more.
Kinda dropped off all the things I love. Like I need a traffic jam to keep in touch. I can't focus on the words unless my hands are busy. I can't give up on the world or I will leave this city. And it's way too broad what I'm trying to say, but I write it down and let it go. And it's hard to know all the words I need to explain my heart in a single note.
Hello and welcome to WayTooBroad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculous, excitable grown-ups. I'm Hannah. That was my tummy grumbling. I don't know if I'll edit it out so the listener won't hear. Did you guys hear it?
No.
Okay. And these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
What's up? Hi, Ben.
Hello.
Hi. We're doing another happy hour recording of WayTooBroad, except this week we remembered to bring
drinks,
alcohol,
drinks,
chin,
shots.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ben.
Shh.
Okay.
Spoiler.
Well,
You'll find out when you ask me what I'm drinking.
all right.
Who's drinking who first?
Me.
Hannah, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a glass of water, a tiny glass of water, and
I love that cup.
yeah.
I use this for good cubes.
A jelly jar?
It's a little sake glass.
It's this little sake. Do you remember I had the sake glasses at Thanksgiving?
Yeah, was that this brand?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Maybe that's where we got it. Actually, it probably is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a cocktail Ian made for me, and it's got lemon, pomegranate juice, and gin and honey.
What's it called?
It's Ian's special stuff.
I don't like that.
I do not like that name.
Ian needs to see a doctor. His special stuff is like blood red.
Yeah,
Maybe
actually,
his special stuff is his blood.
Actually, when he handed it to me, he did like a little taster thing earlier to see if we liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And when he handed it to me, he was like, "Tell me what you think of this." And I said, "Blood." That was like the first thing I said. So we could call it that.
Yeah, tell him good blood.
Good blood. Blood juice. Ian says blood juice from downstairs. So that's the name.
Nice.
Erin, what are you drinking?
I have Dos Equis.
Nice.
And I have another one just in case we get rowdy. I've got another one on hands. I'm not committing to it, but I have it unopened, and a bottle opener and extra limes just in case things get a little cray-cray.
Baby Ben, what are you drinking?
I have water in a pickle jar.
Love it.
Also, Boo is making a scene. Spoilers for later in the podcast, so he's going to be loud. Cool. You know those circle toys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just like a ball and a track. He fucking loves those. So he's in a pause right now, but he was really in the middle of going in on one. I tried to beat myself as much as I could. But my other drink is a beer.
Wow.
That I bought earlier this week at Trader Joe's and have not tried yet. So it could be shit. But it's Smutty Nose Brewing Company Key Lime Pie Sour.
Yo, that sounds good.
Which I feel like is either really good or really bad.
Well, let us tell us now.
Here we go. Look at the...
Let us tell
What
us.
I love about the Boo comment is that most people don't know who that is yet. So
that's
why he said spoiler.
No, I know. But you also didn't even say like what kind of being.
Don't need to.
Okay.
How is that?
It's fine. It doesn't really taste like key lime pie. It's just kind of a nice sour.
That wasn't on the list of options. Didn't we say it was going to be either really good or really
It's true.
But it's like
I was wrong.
It's like fine.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
I like it. It's fine.
Great.
That sounds like I actually think it's fun. Does it taste like key lime at all? Like any liminess?
No. There's a little bit of liminess.
Any creaminess?
Not really. That is definitely missing. It's more of like a lime sour, which is still good.
One thing I could definitely forgive a beer for not tasting like is a graham cracker crust. So
Unforgivable.
I'm fine with that. Like if a yogurt, like a key lime pie yogurt, if it doesn't have like a little bit of a graham cracker crust taste to it or some chunks of graham cracker or whatever, like I'm disappointed in that. But if
I want chunks of graham cracker in this can of beer.
You could make that happen for yourself.
I don't have graham crack.
I do, but they're expired. I ate two of them earlier.
Can I come get them?
Yeah.
The only thing, you either don't have graham crackers or you have expired graham crackers. That's it. That's the only two options, because I also have expired.
Because you bought them for s'mores once and then never got around to making them.
It's like last season's graham crackers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's from when we went camping. Actually, I forgot about that. when we went and mined Herkimer diamonds.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
glamping, I'd say.
Glamping, absolutely, fucking-lutely.
Speaking of making a scene, I hear Henry squeaking on a squeak toy. So apparently, happy hour is happy for all. Happy for all critters.
Any cats around me?
Well, not yet.
But I have a cat update. Okay, so this morning when I woke up,
feeling like P. Diddy or just regular?
Just regular, feeling like Hannah.
Okay,
and Hank was sleeping between Ian and me, like all stretched out, like spooning with me, but at a distance, right? But he was there by himself. He came up just to hang out with Ian and me while we were sleeping.
That's so nice.
Yeah, and he stayed there, and he's been actually, like, quite a love today, like, ever since then. I've heard him purring louder than I even knew he could at certain points today. So
that is so nice.
Doing such a good job. I love that guy.
I love that.
And Moose is also, like, the only reason I don't talk about her more is because she warmed up to us quicker. So it's like, she comes off, she frequently comes when called now, or like when you make like oh, you want pets, like she'll come running. So she's doing wonderfully. Our sister-in-law, Ben's my sister-in-law, keeps on complaining that Hank is abandoning Moose for Squeaks, and I just want to reassure everyone that that's not the case. He's simply trying to bring Squeaks into the best friend group. He's not pushing Moose out. So.
I love to hear it.
Yeah.
Great.
Doing so good.
Is that a good burp timing?
It's perfect.
Was that key lime? Would you say key lime burp or just a
graham cracker? Weirdly, the burp
Does that answer
like
your question?
Cracker.
Can you smell it? Can you smell it?
I have
Also, there's for some reason a seal on this.
What?
the animal.
Yeah, like the animal, a seal, like in the background of the key limes. It must be the Smutty Nose Brewing Company.
The seal must be the brewing company.
I feel like you know what I meant.
Who's this character?
It's a Smutty Nose.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Smutty Nose. Welcome to my brewing company.
It's like Smutty Nose can't take a joke.
Smutty Nose is very serious.
Yeah,
He's
very literal.
He's very smutty.
Erin, you said you had an upfront.
I have an upfront. So an episode.
What is it?
Well,
Erin, what's the upfront?
Yeah, I'm about to say an episode.
Oh, cool. What is it?
Well, I'll tell you. An episode.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Can you just
here it is.
Can't wait.
I'm ready to go. An episode.
Me too. So excited.
In episode 202, Happy New Year's in the Past, my obsession was Bugs' hair from The Matrix, which has like this cool haircut where it's short and long on top and brunette, but with like bright blue on top. And I have a hair color appointment in 3 weeks to get the top of my hair blue.
In 3 weeks?
Yeah,
so it's going to be like that in Savannah?
Yeah, it's the week before our Savannah trip.
In Savannah.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. It's going to be a velvet blue is what the colorist said when I had my consultation today. Velvet blue hair dye. I'm going to look it up to make sure that that's... Yeah. Yep. So I'm excited. Making that obsession a reality for myself.
That is amazing.
Yep.
Cannot wait to see that in person.
Yep. So that's my.
We've been planning Savannah, and it's getting very real, and I'm very excited.
I'm really excited.
Plan Vanna. No.
We've been planning the city of Savannah.
Cut that.
Because we're a bunch of city planners, and it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a cool city, and I'm excited for everyone to see it.
We're going to do like a grid system, but with like squares every couple blocks.
Yeah,
so
and you know what?
Really nice.
You're going to be able to drink. You're just going to be able to take your drink around.
Yeah, that's part of city planning.
That was our number one rule. We said, you know what? First things first, take your drink wherever you want. Drink around town.
Yeah.
So we're excited to unveil Savannah to everybody. Stay tuned.
Unleash it.
When's Savannah dropping?
Savannah's dropping in March.
Yeah.
Wow, soon.
Yeah, early March.
Yeah. And then we're going to
It's pretty neat.
Cancun in April. So.
Yo, that's gonna be so fun. You little flip.
Crazy. Flip.
You little
I
flip.
just got my time off approved for Savannah today. So
Hell yeah! Wow.
yes.
Bit of a nail biter there.
I've never been denied time off, so
Yeah.
I wasn't worried.
We would be finding you a new job if that was the case.
I already booked the flights, so I put that in the request. I already booked the flights.
Yeah.
So you can't say no.
Yeah. Non-negotiable. That's kind of the thing. It's like putting in my PTO. It's like none of it's really negotiable. So
Yeah.
My manager has never never declined anyone's PTO, and like to the point where when I first started, like if I need to take a personal day or a sick day or like was having vacation, I mean if I do like a long vacation, I'll email them, but like I had to take a personal day the other day and I just like put in the absence request with no comment.
good.
And got it approved, and it was whatever.
You shouldn't have to comment. It's actually none of your employer's business. What you're doing.
Goddamn fucking right.
It's literally not any of their business.
I also think, actually, here's Hannah's career advice that no one asked for. I actually think it's good to not set the precedent of giving an explanation.
That's right.
Because if you want to take time off to like go to a job interview or something, then it'll look sus if you don't, if you've been explaining it all along. So
plus it's none of their business, so don't do it anyway.
yeah. It's important to remember what is and isn't your employer's business.
That's right.
Truly.
Only business is their business.
Wow. Business is their business.
Beautiful.
Wow. Erin.
I know.
Business is their business.
I write business slogans for a living.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Business is our business. What?
Yeah, you know what? I would definitely respect a company that had that slogan.
I would be
Erin, did you
like,
say you had an upfront?
their business. Oh my god, Hannah.
It was the haircut.
Yeah. No, it was the hair color.
And color.
Yeah.
It's both.
Well, I got my haircut today, but yeah, I am going to get it cut again then.
It does take a long time. When you have dark hair.
Yeah.
Dark hair.
Yeah, they got to double process it.
That's one of the main reasons I want to go gray. So I can color it any color I want.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think gray hair maybe doesn't hold color as well. But
Well,
I don't care.
they said that they've actually been getting a lot of people coming in to get their hair dyed gray.
Yeah. I believe
Really?
it.
Yeah.
But the amount of bleaching it would take to make my hair like a nice light gray, like I might as well just dye it purple at that point, and it's not worth it to me financially. I just need a good haunting. I think that would work.
Yeah, that's right. A good old-fashioned haunting.
Hannah is currently hiring a ghost for her house.
Yeah, if you know any ghosts that are looking for work, let Ian know, I guess, because if I know that the ghost is coming, it probably won't be as scary. So
Yeah, that's true.
reach out.
That's true.
Ian's the hiring manager on this.
You know, Savannah is a great place to have a haunting we planned it to have a lot of ghosts.
Yep. Yeah, we did.
Savannah Unana.
We planned it.
Have we done that before?
Planned it so that there were just like layers and layers of dead people buried everywhere. Like, people said it was a weird choice.
Layers and layers.
Part of it. There are layers and layers of dead people buried everywhere in Savannah.
Yeah.
And we planned it. Yep.
Yeah.
I like it like that.
I have a correction I need to make real quick before we do any popping of any sort. I said last week that I didn't like cabbage when it was like cooked down and soft and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then Ian made really delicious cabbage soup this week. And I'll tell you what, I did like it. And I do like that.
She's a cabbage fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I like that.
What was the soup?
Cabbage soup. She just said it.
Recipe.
I don't know if it had a name. Ian, what was the cabbage soup called that you made?
It's cabbage and water and salt.
He don't know.
Yummy.
Where did he get it?
Where did he
His
get
brain.
it? Vaguely Eastern European comfort food cabbage soup. I said cabbage. It had cabbage and potatoes. The potatoes were like all cubed up, and then there was like caraway in it, and also like there was butter somehow, like something about it.
Probably melted.
Somehow he probably added it.
Yeah.
Butter somehow is like a great song name.
Yeah, when he was cooking it, I asked him what it was, and he wouldn't tell me. He just kept playing Slavic folk music.
Did he do recipe from head or from internet?
I actually think it was from the internet. Ian, what was the recipe called?
Did he use a
He's
recipe?
gonna look it up.
Okay.
He's gonna look it up.
I'll
I'll update later.
I want it.
Ian, actually, just send the link to me of the recipe because Erin wants it.
Or he sent it to me.
Or to Erin.
You're not my friend broker.
Okay. Anything else? What did we talk about last week? I talked about cabbage, obviously. The best
What did I talk about?
vegetable.
I
Pokemon?
didn't have an obsession.
Pokemon Legends.
I didn't have one, but I got one today. I'll tell you that.
I didn't play Pokemon Legends Arceus yet.
It
Me neither.
fucking rocks, though.
There's shiny hunting in it now, I guess. Right?
That's not new.
Sydney has caught 2 shinies already, I believe. Sydney McGames.
There's shiny hunting in it now?
I thought it didn't have it when it came out, and then it was
It came out like
quickly added
2 weeks ago.
I know.
Shiny.
No, there's shinies in it.
Yeah, Sydney McGames has 2 of them already.
Wow.
I have one.
Shout out to Sydney McGames if you're still listening.
Sydney Oh, it's from a book. What's it called? Cabbage and potato soup.
We're really-
Can you take a picture of that recipe and send it to Erin?
We're really
It's from this.
honing in on what the soup is.
Ian has this book that it's so big. He's been carrying it around with him like from since he moved in with me and Taunton.
Like, won't put it down, like carrying it
He won't put
actively.
it down.
Yeah, if you never noticed, it's huge. And it's called The Best Recipes in the World. And he's made many good does from it. So
Does soup have a smoky element? I feel like that would be nice.
A what element?
A smoky element to it?
It was supposed to have bacon, he just said.
Okay, gotcha.
But we didn't have any.
Gotcha.
I guess we could have used the vegan bacon that we still have from Lucas and Federica, but we didn't. I gotta use that soon. Cool. Well,
Let's
should
pop.
we pop in?
Let's pop.
Awesome.
Let's poop in.
It's me. I'm first.
What we got?
My obsession is a new machine in our kitchen.
Oh.
A type of machine. It's a
Did you get the fancy ice maker?
No, I wish. It's a manual espresso maker.
Ooh.
Have you ever
Manual.
heard of such a
Oh,
thing?
yes. Send the link. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Well, maybe
I'm gonna
there's many
actually.
brands.
I thought what would be nice, and I can put like the same link into the episode description,
Yeah, I've seen these.
assuming it saves
Which
this week.
part's manual?
It is to show a short video of how it actually brews, so you can see what I've been doing repeatedly every day.
Brewing espresso was the worst part about being a barista.
You have to tell me how it compares, Ben, because this is actually the only way I've ever done it. So, and then it goes into cleaning. We don't have to watch that. But yeah, you do the pressure part.
We should watch the cleaning.
How will we know how to clean it?
Yeah.
You just rinse it all. So there you go.
Oh. Kind of spoiled the video. It's fine. I was going to watch it later, but...
All right.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We can keep going.
I'm not going to watch it now.
So the thing, it's called the Flair Neo is the one that we got. And it's it's like kind of either the cheapest or second cheapest of all the machines that Flair sells. But basically the idea of it is that you don't need to have a grinder that does like espresso level grounds. Because it's got like a special like that little red part in it has some special like pressure helperness to it that makes it so it's not necessary.
Pressure helperness.
Yes.
Cool.
and also obviously you don't have to like plug it in or anything, and it's very like space saving compared to a regular espresso maker. And then the other thing that is nice about it is that it's like kind of modular. So if we wanted to upgrade to like a normal basket that you need like to like if we wanted to get a coffee grinder that could do espresso grounds and upgrade to a normal basket, you could do that. And there's also like a pressure gauge that they sell that you can like add to the top of it so that it's easier to gauge whether or not you're doing the right amount of pressure. Cool. Which I really want to get. Like, so there's all these like fun additions, but it's like a great way to sort of start out and learn like what works for you and stuff. So we've been really enjoying playing with it and learning about like what grind settings are the best and stuff. I don't think so at this moment I can pull a shot of espresso that has like a really nice crema on it, but I can't really pull one that tastes incredibly delicious yet. And I don't know that this machine, exactly how we have it, is really capable of that, because I think you really do need like to upgrade the basket in order to get like a really good espresso shot. But a lot of what I like to make with espresso is like oat milk lattes, and when it's that diluted, like it's really like perfectly fine and delicious. So I'm like loving it, super enjoying it. I tried like pulling shots before I went to bed at night and like leaving them in the fridge so they didn't melt the ice in the morning, and that was really nice. And like it takes, you saw like, I don't know, 2 maybe 3 minutes to like pull a shot. The only thing is like it takes that for one shot every time. So if you're trying to make like multiple espresso drinks, it's really not practical. You know, it's kind of a single use thing, but
is it
really fun.
Does it pull 2 shots?
No, just one.
Okay, just one. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just we've just been tinkering and playing with it a lot.
That's fun.
Yeah, hoping to become experts in how to pull a good shot of espresso with just our hands and a special machine.
Just our hands and a lever.
Yeah. We've been looking at espresso machines for a while because I have recently like unlocked this love for like lattes and stuff. But they're either so expensive.
Do you like hot lattes or just iced lattes?
Mostly iced, but I mean, I like most espresso drinks I've ever tried. Like, I just think espresso's really good. But like most machines are like, they're either very big or they're very expensive or both, and or they're ugly. Like there was no like perfect machine, right? And not that this one is perfect, but it is like a lot less of a space commitment, and I do think it looks kind of cool. So yeah, I'm into it.
It's neat. It's really cool contraption. I just feel like it's really clever. Right?
Yeah,
like the using force like that, because normally the force comes from the air pressure, I guess, or the water pressure. So it's kind of neat to like have that force coming from a different mechanism. It just feels really clever to me. Or maybe it's still from the water pressure, but like having the mechanism that applies the force be the lever is cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
I like it. It's really fun.
Have you fucked with an AeroPress before?
No.
That's what I use. I don't do espresso often. You know, Molly doesn't drink coffee. So I love iced lattes. Ooh. And if I ever want to make one at home, I have an AeroPress, which is a similar situation where you trap air. it's like a sponge situation. So you put your grounds in, you have a cap that screws off, you put a filter on it, you screw it back in, you put your grounds in, you put your water in, and then it's a plunger that you stick in, and it traps the air, and you push that down, and like the air pressure forces the water through the coffee. And it's the same situation. It's like not a good espresso shot that I would ever drink straight, but in an iced latte, I really can't tell the difference. Well, I can tell the difference between like a latte from my favorite coffee shop, but it's not. It's like a perfectly fine latte that I'm perfectly happy drinking. At home. Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah,
about this. It's a neat little contraption.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's it's like plastic and kind of if you don't clean it well, it can taste like stale coffee. It's not as handsome as your Neo.
Actually, the other thing I do like about the Neo is that the cleaning is really easy. I know I skipped that part of the video, but
we'll never know.
Yeah, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know about how the cleaning is. So it's probably not even worth talking about because we didn't watch the video together. We got cut off.
Yeah.
The way
I did want to see that. I don't know if I mentioned.
Ben is has been silent this whole time, as if he's just been seething about it. It's really, really easy. You just take all the pieces apart and you rinse them, literally in cold water. And none of them are, a couple of them are plastic, but none of the parts that come in direct contact with the coffee are. So they really don't hold on to a lot of the smell. And then it says sometimes you should run some water through the whole contraption. Just do a run that doesn't have coffee in it, just to sort of rinse it out. But it's other than that, it's so easy. It takes, that whole video is 3 minutes long, and the coffee pull took 2 minutes. So it's a minute's worth of cleaning every time too.
Nice.
I like it.
Do y'all have a good electric kettle that you like?
Yes, we do. We just bought a new one, actually.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. We have two. But Ian really likes a gooseneck kettle, and the one that we had that was a gooseneck started breaking it started coming apart on the bottom of it. So we were that part that houses the electrics.
Why does he like a gooseneck kettle?
Because they're great.
It's pretty, yeah,
and they're better for pouring in small spaces. They're good for coffee maneuvers.
And great for maneuvers.
Good for coffee maneuvers of all sorts.
Got it. I wouldn't know. Not a coffee guy.
You know the one we have? You know what a gooseneck is.
Yeah, I know. I know what it is. I was just curious why you liked them.
So what's annoying about making espresso, or what was annoying at your job, Ben? Just the special grinding and stuff?
He's lazy.
No, the special grinding was fine because we had a special grinder for it. So it's just whatever. It was the tamping. Because if you
tampon suck, yeah. So annoying.
If you tamp it too hard, then you pull a super. The shot takes 45 seconds or a minute, and if you tamp it too lightly, it's 15 seconds and super watery. Getting that sweet spot of I think it's 25 to 28 seconds or something is the perfect range was so fucking hard.
Yeah,
and then also every other drink that I made. I mean, it was a tea place I worked at, so it was mostly you grab the hot water, you put the tea in, and then you fucking put it down until it's done. And that's it. Or if it's coffee, you just pour it from the big thing of hot coffee we have brewed. But espresso was always oh fuck, I have to stop everything now. That everything else I'm doing, you can multitask a lot if you're making 6 cups of tea. It's whatever. You just have to make sure you don't get your timers mixed up. But espresso, it's so during a rush, it was the worst, and someone ordered 2 cappuccinos or whatever, because you got to fucking stop whatever you're doing, make 2 espresso shots, and then also steam milk, which at first was a pain in the ass. But once you get good at that, it's pretty easy. But espresso, I never was able to do it quickly, because you can't really do it quickly, because you have to pour the right amount and tamp it correctly, and if you rush it, you're gonna tamp it either too lightly or too hard.
Ben, I kind of agree with you more.
So easy to fuck up.
If your tampon's too light, blood's gonna get everywhere. If your tampon's too hard, that's gonna be uncomfortable. So yeah, +1 to everything you said about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually never never worked in a cafe, so all the I was doing was in preparation for that joke. Just to be clear.
It's a good joke.
Thanks.
I've had issues actually with this machine that sometimes it takes me a lot of force to get it to actually start going, and
it means you tamped it too hard.
I think so. So I'm gonna have to revisit my tamping.
Your tampon.
I'm gonna have to revisit my tampon skills.
Never revisit your tampon. Always use a new one.
So true. I don't use. Okay, TMI. I don't use tampons.
I don't either. All right. Menstrual cups all the way. Before the pod, we were advising Ben never to get a uterus. So.
Yeah, it's a real pain in the ass, and also the front.
I'll try.
Okay. Real pain in the front ass. All right. Well, that's neat. I'm gonna visit your house one day, and you're gonna make me a lovely espresso shot. It's gonna be beautiful.
Absolutely. Erin, what's your obsession?
Oh, I got an obsession, you guys. So, 'tis the season of the Winter Olympics, as you all know. And I've gotten very into one Olympic sport in particular. Does anyone want to guess?
Curling.
Curling. It's curling.
It's curling?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love curling.
Love curling.
Oh man, it's been so fun. So I had never seen curling before. And we turned on, we have YouTube TV, and we used it for Olympics last year, and we used it for U.S. Women's National Team games, which are coming up. There's some coming up in February. And we use it for the Winter Olympics. And we just record everything and then just have a buffet of things to watch. And we were like, oh, curling. And the first curling program we turned on happened to have like a explainer. Like they have this like goofy reporter out there, asking the dumb questions that you're wondering at home. And then kind of attempting it, and it's fun. So we learned right away, learned all the mechanics, which was really fun to then watch the games. And so they started with mixed doubles, which was really fun. And yeah, we've just been watching as much curling as we can, maybe 1 or 2 games a day, depending on our schedule. And it's just been so fun, especially with the Winter Olympics. The other sports are so stressful and death defying, and if they
oh my god, I was watching alpine skiing the other day, and I was like, Jesus Christ, someone's gonna die.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about every single other winter sport. And then there's curling, where I've never once worried about the physical well-being of any of the athletes. So, and it was funny at one point, they're athletes, right? They're definitely athletes, right? They work out, they train, whatever. But at one point, I don't know, the announcer totally had a boner for one of the players. He was kind of annoying. And he was just couldn't stop going on and on about how great this player was, and was look at him, because they crouched down real low, which does take a lot of flexibility when they're throwing their stone. And he was he's a look at him at 35. He's a physical wonder or something like that. I was well, I don't know about that. He's crouching down. I mean, I'm not downplaying this dude's physical abilities, but he's just kind of crouching down. I don't really as somebody who's approaching 35, I don't really feel crouching down at that age is a physical a wonder. But anyway,
it's just a crouching wonder.
Just a crouching wonder. But yeah, it's just fun and relaxing
wonder,
and
dragon.
Interesting. And there's a curling club in Durham, so that might be fun. I think Molly and I are thinking about maybe going to take a lesson or something after.
Erin, did you know we have a history with curling?
No! Have you played?
Yeah, I used to curl. Hannah, you curled too?
No, everyone else in the family but me curled because it was while I was at college. But I did go with you all to the Curling World Cup one year.
Mm-hmm. And we were on WBUR.
Yeah.
We were interviewed by a radio reporter about curling.
Really?
As children. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that you used to curl. That's so fun.
Mm-hmm. It's really fun. It's really fun to just slide out, they kick off with the broom in their hand to when they're throwing their stone. Yeah, it's really fun to do that without a stone and just slide.
Mm-hmm. How slippery is the ice when you're standing? Is it slippery at all?
Yes, it's very slippery.
Okay,
but it's got little dots on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got little beads all over it.
Yeah.
I want to touch that. I want to feel that.
You're allowed when you're there. You can lean down and touch it.
I was never there.
I'm just saying when you are there.
Hannah, you can come to Durham. We can go to the curling
do
club
it.
together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to.
I don't know how we got into it, but
Was it because of
Lucas
the
and I
curling World
curled-
Cup? I feel like we didn't know much about curling.
I think we went to that as a result of curling in the curling club. Like, I think we went with a bunch of people in the curling club.
IDK about that.
Aunt Brown, Uncle Brown, tell us why you brought Lucas and I into curling.
Yeah. How did that
'Cause
happen?
we don't know.
Did they
It
curl?
was fun, but I have no fucking. I think it was just me and Lucas.
Huh.
I thought they did too. No.
Question. If you
I
were
don't
curling
remember.
as children, why the fuck are you not curling Olympians?
Great
Because
question.
we stopped curling for some reason. Also,
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Also,
Okay.
Aunt
Was
Brown and
this
Uncle Brown
happen
let us
to
know
you?
why they stopped.
Yeah. Did it just happen to you?
Yeah, it just happened.
Well, that's fun. Would you ever curl again?
Sure,
Wow.
it's fun.
I
Fun.
would like to curl.
Curl. Yeah.
I
it
was
just
always
seems
kind of
really
jealous
cool.
about that.
Hannah, let's get into curling and
that we
show
used
them
to
all.
curl.
Yeah. You'll see us in 4 years at the curling world.
One thing I will say,
Olympics.
and I can't confirm why I cannot confirm why this is the case, because it could be for two different reasons or maybe more. But we were watching the Olympics. We watched a ton of mixed doubles, which was super fun. And then now it's the men and women's teams. And which I don't understand why those teams are gendered. That feels a little unnecessary for curling, but maybe not. I don't know too much about the sport. Anyway,
It does seem unnecessary.
yeah. So we were watching a men's game. It was so long. It was like a lot longer than the mixed doubles. And then we were watching the women's game, and they played way more commercials during the women's game we watched. Like for the men's game, we saw almost the entirety of each end. And for the women's game, they would show commercials until there were only 2 throws left in each end until the
Wow.
last end, which we saw
What
the
the
full
fuck?
end of.
Wow.
Which I thought was so disrespectful. Now it could be I thought it was maybe because it was the women's game. It was also like the men's game we watched was China versus Sweden, and the women's game we watched was the US versus Denmark, I think. So it could have been because it was a US team they were showing more commercials because they thought more people were watching, but I felt like it was because it was the women's team, and that was just being disrespectful.
What were the time slots that they played in? I think that's part of it.
Yeah, it
too.
might have been more. Maybe it was 5 p.m. You know, we watch it recorded, so.
Well, and I guess I feel like it also maybe depends if it's a live or pre-recorded one. I don't know.
I mean, because it's happening in Beijing, I feel like it's all happening. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was a different reason for it, but it felt disrespectful to me.
Seems disrespectful to me.
It probably was.
Yeah. But anyway, really, really, really enjoying watching curling. Good stuff. Fun curl. Good curl.
Good curl,
And it's
fun
really
curl.
interesting how it's self-policed. It's like there's not a referee out there or anything. It's like there's no like authority watching the games and calling things. It's like entirely like maybe there is at some place, but it's like when they try to decide whose point it's the teams who are out there deciding that. Which I thought was interesting because I kept wondering, like, oh, is somebody going to call? You know, they have, you know, if it's close, they'll ask for the measurement, but otherwise, it's just the team's sportsmanship. I guess it relies on that. So that's kind of cool. That's pretty.
That's
neat.
pretty cool.
That's pretty neat.
Love that for you.
Pretty neat. Good curl.
Good curl. Good throw.
Pretty good curl. I've always said this.
Yeah.
Pretty good curl.
Yeah.
Pretty good curl.
Yep.
Sweet. Great obsession, Erin.
Thanks.
Oh my god.
Fun to watch
I'm
with
having
Molly.
Terrible cramps. Great.
Oh no!
obsession,
Did you
Molly.
ibuprofen?
No, because I thought it was over.
Well, why didn't you knew it wasn't? You've known for an hour that it's not over.
It's too late now.
No, it's not.
The only way
Why?
out is through.
No, it's not.
What is this?
Stop what you're doing right now and go see your pharmacist.
Go see, my pharmacist. Okay, hold on. Ian, can I have drugs? Ben, what's your obsession?
What's your obsession? You didn't go yet.
I did.
Oh, right. It was cabbage.
Then why don't we remember?
Have I told you that whenever I'm done recording, Kylie always asks me what your obsessions are, and I always forget for a few minutes, and then have to really think about it to remember.
Wow. Which is funny because you're just drinking ice water most of the time.
Yeah. My obsession is a cat.
Yes.
Not any old cat.
Not any old cat. He's a cat. He's old. He's an old cat. He's not any old. He's an old cat, not any old cat.
Wow.
Yeah.
His name is Boo. His name is Boo.
His name is Boo.
And without going into too many details for podcast, this past weekend we ended up essentially fostering him sort of unexpectedly. He's hello.
Oh.
Come here.
He knows we're talking about him.
Come here, Boo. He really wants me to pet him, I think. But not come to me. He wants me to come to him and pet him. He was Kylie's grandparents' cat. And he's just a real sweet boy. And so currently the plan is to do our best to introduce him to our cats.
Yay.
Most importantly there is introducing him to Como, because as we all know, Como had a lot of trouble being introduced to Hazel. Still kind of has trouble with Hazel. Just not great with other cats in general. Excuse me. So we're going to take it real slow this time. And, there are some signs already that it's, at least I think, God, I'm burping a lot. I don't drink beer very often.
I was wondering what was going on.
Yeah, I really so rarely drink beer that
he's got those beer burps.
I rarely drink carbonated anything. I don't even really drink seltzer at home. So whenever I do, I burp a lot.
Yeah.
So
the body's not primed for the carbonation.
Yeah. What was I saying?
No, you burp a lot when you drink beer.
You said there's already signs.
Oh yeah, that Como might be able to handle this better. He's a lot less obsessed with the door behind which Boo is all the time. The door to Boo's room. Isn't it weird that was? Isn't it
that's
weird
that's a good book name? The door behind which Boo is.
That's the technically grammatically correct way to say that sentence, but it's unintelligible. Yes, because you're not supposed to end a sentence with a preposition. So saying the door which Boo is behind is quote unquote grammatically incorrect, and the more correct way to say it is the door behind which Boo is.
That's stupid.
It's so stupid. No one fucking understands that. So grammatically correct is a stupid term. Because it's just about what people can understand.
Yeah, grammatically intelligible is more important.
That's right. Hell yeah.
Anyway.
Boo's
door. I'm just going to call it Boo's door. The door behind which Boo is Boo's door. Cole was a lot less obsessed with it than he was with Hazel's door back when she was living in a separate room. And it's also, I think, a little better this time that when we got Hazel, it was the only door we had that closed was the bedroom. And Como went to bed with us every single night and still does, pretty much. It's just kind of a really important part of his routine that got really disrupted by Hazel. And I think he also, we've learned, is a jealous cat. So I think there's still some of that.
Also, cats in general, because they're so scent focused, the bedroom is really important to most cats, the person's bedroom that they live with. I can't tell you how many times I've seen things on My Cat from Hell where a boyfriend who would sleep over hated having the cat in the bedroom when they were sleeping, and so they'd close the door and the cat would literally just cry and cry all night to try to get in to because it's just that's the center of even before our new cats were like really letting us pet them very much, they were hanging out under our bed instead of under the guest room bed where they had been staying, because it's just like it's where like the smell that's around the whole rest of the house, it's where it's like most concentrated.
I think the word you're looking for is center, SCENTER.
It's the SC enter of the house, and they want their scent to be at the center of the house as well. So it's a big loss.
Is that just because we smell when we sleep?
The most, yeah.
Do we just radiate? We just radiate.
Well, I think it's just because like fabric holds scent more.
It's because we fart in our sleep.
We smell. I mean, have you ever been like? Have you ever walked into someone's single like dorm room, like the really small ones, like right after they woke up? Like we do smell when we sleep.
Absolutely. Well, I think about like when I get into my bed, the way my bed smells very cozy. My bell smells very cozy.
Smeds, yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
So I mean, really, my obsession has been going through the introduction process again with a new cat. Hannah's been our Marco Polo cat behaviorist since they just went through the same kind of thing with introducing their kitties. I think it's definitely one of the like things that's also made it a little difficult to do some introduction stuff is that Como and Hazel don't really get along still. And so it's like doing things like, for example, we're doing the treat ritual, as we call it, every night, where like an hour after dinner, we give them treats near the door, near Boo's door on either side of it, and try and get them to like, come closer to the door and associate the being near each other with treats. And sometimes it's hard to do that with both Hazel and Como at the same time, because Hazel will be like freaked out that Como's there and won't really want to like calm down and eat treats. So we've had to do it like one at a time, which is fine. And also I honestly think based on their behavior so far that like Hazel and Boo will be fine with each other. Neither of them seems to really care about the other. They did have like one little moment where Hazel came to the door last night because Kylie was in here, and Hazel cannot stand Kylie being in a room different from her with the door closed because she loves her so much. And so she came to the door and started like yelling, and Boo went to the door. Yeah, I also go to the doors and just start screaming.
I love her so much.
Yeah. Boo went to the door to like investigate that, and they had their kind of like first interaction. They were like quite close through a door, but like close enough that they knew the other one was there, and they were hissing at each other a little bit, which is like, I feel like if I hadn't gone through all of Como's weird shit, I would have been like scared at that. But I was like, oh good, that's like a healthy interaction. Like that's a normal thing for cats to do, is like the first time they kind of really get close is like hiss a little bit, and then ideally like walk away and separate themselves, which is exactly what both of them did. Like they hissed a little bit, and then like Boo left the door, and Hazel just like went away. She then came back later because Kylie was still in there, but it like had nothing to do with Boo. She just really wanted Kylie to come out. But Como doesn't do that. Como never really did that with Hazel. He kind of just like gets really, really worked up.
He's so weird. He's such a weird boy.
He's really, really weird. Like he gets
worked
like
up how?
He gets very like kind of jumpy, and his tail starts like, so tail wagging for cats is usually a bad thing, confusingly. And in particular, it like I always watch like the velocity of their tail. Like if it's like really flapping back and forth in like jerky motions, that usually means they're like really kind of like jumpy and worked up and kind of like, I don't know, not upset, but just like high strung. Yeah. And like when we do like scent swapping, we like bring a blanket out that Boo's been sleeping on for them to smell it, or like we do treat ritual and Como gets near the door, he almost invariably like gets that in that really worked up state and kind of just like wanders around the whole apartment, which I read as a very territorial, like I'm marking all my territory again thing.
Wow.
But there's never like what I would consider like a healthy cat, like butting heads with him. It's just like, I'm obsessed with this now. And then the other thing, so like I said, he hasn't been fixated on the door really much, which is really good because he did a lot with Hazel, and then like when Hazel came out, he was very fixated on her. So luckily there hasn't been much of that still, but I don't know. I do find myself still a little worried that with the way he's behaving, but I'm hoping that will get better, and we're, like I said, we're going to go a lot slower this time, and then we also have a backup where my parents have agreed that they would be willing to take Boo if we really can't make it work with Como, because I really want to, because I love Boo. He's a really sweet boy, and he's very,
he's
important to us. He's
Tell
a rag
the podcast
doll.
listeners what he does when he pets his belly.
Oh yeah, every time you pet his belly, he starts purring and then starts kneading the air and doing little air biscuits. And I mean, every single time you rub his belly, he does this. And he fucking loves it.
Wow.
Where'd he go? You going on your chair, bud?
Such a nice boy.
He's really sweet. He's a rag doll, so he's got long fur. It's not only long fur kitty.
Does he go flappy when you pick him up? Not so much, I guess.
Not really, no.
Huh. That's supposed to be a rag doll thing. That's why they're called that.
But he's black and white and has kind of like tuxedo-y coloring. And then like sort of like a white patch that extends into a stripe of his face. He's really cute.
I got a question for you, Ben.
Yeah.
When you first took Boo home, you texted me about like, helping to maybe find a place for him to live. And then you guys kind of went dark for like a day. And then when you came back out to the world, you were like, we're gonna adopt him. So like, what happened? What did he do that you were like, oh my God, we gotta keep this boy? Was it the air biscuits?
I mean, a little bit. I think it was also just like Boo's well-being has been sort of a point of stress for Kylie for a while and for me, because of like his living situation before, and we were always like worried about making sure he was okay. And so we both found it like really comforting to just like know that he was in the other room and was totally fine. And that like at any point we could like go in and check on him and give him pets and stuff. So we didn't really, after having him here for a couple days, we didn't really love the idea of him ending up somewhere where we like wouldn't be able to have regular contact with him. Especially because like he was, I mean, I always think of him as Kylie's Papa's hospice cat, because he was like the only cat her grandfather ever liked, and he like hung out with him 24/7 on the chair while he was in hospice when he had cancer. And so he's just like a real sweet boy that we really care about, and I fell in love with him right away because he's just an absolute sweetie pie. He like starts purring the moment you pet him anytime. It's so nice. So yeah, that was basically it. Was like, we liked knowing he was safe and knowing where he was. That's why like I liked the backup of him going with our parents, because I like, we'll be able to get Boo updates easily and go down and be able to like visit him and Penny. So yeah. And like the main reason why when we first grabbed Boo from that house, why our first reaction was like, well, we can't keep him, so we have to find a place for him, was because of our previous experience with Como and Hazel. And then when we got him here after like a day or two, we both noticed that Como was kind of already behaving better than he did with Hazel, and like showing signs of maybe being able to do this. So we were like, all right, well, we'll try it then. And that was basically it. It is really like, I mean, it's really all consuming trying to get cat intros right. Cause like, I get home from work around like 5:36. Kylie gets home at 7, and we do like site swapping at 8. We feed them at 9, and then we do treat ritual at 10. And then like in the mornings we do, I before I leave for work, I swap the blankets back so that we're doing like continual scent swapping. And also, this is a side note, I make a joke to myself that's only ever for me, which is, as I'm bringing the blanket out for Como and Hazel, I say, "Hey kids, new scent just dropped." Every time. I'm always the only one in the apartment, but I say it out loud every time.
I love that. I love that so much.
So I guess it's also for Como and Hazel.
Yeah. How does site swapping work? Like, do you put somebody in a carrier? Like, how do you execute that?
So that's actually another thing. Like, we've also been like doing a lot of the cat introduction stuff a little differently to accommodate how fragile of a boy Como is. And in particular, like, for example, for site swapping, normally that's like we bring Como and Hazel in here in the office where Boo stays, and then like let Boo kind of roam free. We've instead to start been bringing Boo into the bedroom and then just opening this door so that the cats can come in and explore it, which they always do want to come in and explore it for the most part. And we're doing that way because Como doesn't really like being trapped in a room a lot of the time and can kind of freak out. So we didn't want to do that right away. And like, especially when he like hadn't really smelled Boo much at all. And it would like be like trapped in a room with this new scent of a new male cat. So we're kind of easing him into it first, and then we're going to start letting Boo roam free. But to answer your question of how that actually like sort of works logistically, we basically try to do either if both Como and Hazel are like awake and about, we like usually lock them in the dining room because that door closes, and then move Boo through the back hallway to the bedroom while they can't see him, and then close that door and open the door to the office. Or if they're both asleep, we just move Boo first, like kind of discreetly, and then
tiptoe.
Open the door. Yeah.
Pick him up and tiptoe.
And then once we're doing like the full on site option, I think we might start doing tonight because Boo is kind of getting restless. He seems to really want to explore a little bit. How are we going to do that?
I think you should just put them in the bedroom, right? Do you think he would freak out in there too?
Como?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, but I want them to smell Boo also.
So you're going to put them in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We also have like a different set of special treats that we're using for site swapping only.
Nice.
So we're doing like, it's weird. We're going to do, we have greenies, which are kind of just like our default treat and that we use for like treat game where we throw the treats and they chase them as like a way to play. And then I just ordered, on Hannah's suggestion, churros, which are like these tubes of like lickable treats.
They look like Go-Gurt.
They look like they're like cat Go-Gurt.
Yeah.
That like every cat loves. And that's what we're going to do for treat ritual because that's kind of like a more special treat than just like greenies. Although they haven't arrived yet, so we're just on greenies still for that. But that's okay. It's still treats. And then we have these. Actually, that's the little bag behind me on the desk. They're like Blue brand. They're called like wilderness treats or whatever. But they're all different. Like, we're hoping to kind of just, like, have multiple yummy food associations with interactions with Boo and smelling Boo. So we're doing, like, treat ritual, and also, it was Kylie's idea last night, which I was hesitant about at first, but I think it's a good idea to, like, also just kind of pepper Como and Hazel with treats while they're in Boo's room smelling stuff.
Yeah, love that.
Because it's just kind of, like, more positive association. So I think we'll probably try just bringing them fully in here tonight and closing the door and letting Boo kind of go around. And because we have like, we can at least give them treats while they're doing it. So like Como won't get upset because Como, it gets very fixated on things, but almost always treats can get him off of whatever he's fixing on. It's when it's actually
same.
Like, you know, how we can know if Como's like really being a problem. For example, if like he's following Hazel a lot, if like you can't shake the greenies and he'll stop, then he's like really in a bad mood and needs to go in timeout. That's like how we know. But if we can distract him with treats, because the only thing he like loves more than getting obsessed with random things and rubbing plastic bags is treats. That's another weird bag one. In there That's too. Another fucking cat another cat thing that I've only ever seen Como do.
Yeah,
is
weird.
Being obsessed with plastic bags.
Yeah, like cats. Hazel was on that Christmas tree bullshit though.
Yeah,
true. That's also weird. I mean, Hazel's also weird, but Como is, I think, especially weird. And he like sniffs it and rubs it with his teeth.
Yeah,
and he will do that as long as you let him. He will not
there's a lot
stop.
Of cats that love the sound of plastic bags or like to play in
but he
plastic
doesn't
bags.
play with it or like hit it or anything. He just sniffs it and gently rubs it with his teeth. He doesn't bite it or chew it either. He rubs it with like the outside of his teeth.
If Como was a human, he'd be a serial killer. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. You should let him do his plastic bag time in the room in the site swap
honestly
room.
It's probably a good idea because I think he fucking
he'll be
loves it.
Won't
it's
even
like
notice.
a drug to him.
Yeah, won't even notice that the door's closed.
Yeah, actually, that's a great idea. Yeah, I think you could bring Boo into the bedroom and then do this, like have them do the same thing they've been doing where they come into the room to smell.
Yeah.
And then
That's a good idea. We should let them come in themselves.
Yeah, and then just close the door and open the bedroom door.
Yeah,
and then you can be in there and give.
You could be like, time to play my game. Oh, Kylie, I'll close the door so I won't be so loud, and then it'll just be like normal.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got the cats. Ha.
Yeah, I mean, we might play games tonight and just like bring them in here because that's the other thing that's actually more positive this time is like this particular room. Como and Hazel basically never go in here except to use the litter box and if we're in here playing games or like working. This is like not a room they hang out in normally. They either like Hazel sleeps in like the bedroom or the living room. Como sleeps same place, like either on the bed in the bedroom or on one of the couches in the living room. He doesn't really ever come in here on his own. So it's not like a place that they're not like always itching to get into.
Yeah, so it's not like taking really up their territory or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
Whereas like with Como and Hazel, it was like really like we kind of took Como's like main sleeping area from him and like gave it to Hazel, and then also she got to sleep in there with us, which is like a big thing for him. And I think it really was just kind of recipe for disaster. But this space is a lot more. It lends itself better to. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So we might, if we play games tonight, we might just like bring them in here with us for an hour and let Boo kind of explore out there. Although he does like having one of us with him rather, for a little bit of confidence. But he also is a good explorer on his own.
How old is Boo?
He is about 10, probably a little over 10.
Okay.
He was, because let's see. When did Grandma die?
Oh, geez.
2014, 2013, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And because I remember Grandma died like a few months after Kylie's grandpa died, and they got Boo, I think like maybe a year before Kylie's grandpa died. So it's however it's around 10. I don't remember exactly how old he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good boy.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. I love him.
Yay.
I'm cool.
Excited for your cat adding endeavors.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear updates. I'm wishing you luck on your crazy cat. That your crazy cat will accept your sweet boy.
Fucking Como is such a weird. I love him so much, but he's such a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
He's very weird. All right, should we do homework?
Yeah.
Okay, my homework is to check out the video that will be in the description for the Flair the Flair espresso maker.
The Flair for espresso maker.
Make some espresso with Flair.
Yeah, it's fun. And send me your favorite espresso drinks so that I can try them out. And I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Hanthropology, and I'm on TikTok at Hannah and her cats. I think there is a new TikTok up since the last time we recorded, maybe. So there's something to look out for. What happened to me? I guess I finished my drink is what happened. Erin, what do you...
There's something to look out for. My homework is watch curling, and the Olympics is happening. Well, I guess, watch curling.
The Olympics are happening.
Yeah, watch curling. The Olympics are happening. Great. That's all.
Okay, Ben.
That's something to look out for.
Ben, what's your homework?
Get a senior. Actually, my homework is adopt a senior cat. Not enough get adopted, and there are a lot in shelters, and they're all really nice. So adopt a senior cat.
That's something to look out for.
Most of them are.
I don't know if this is true of every senior cat, but like when Boo was younger, he was also like not the friendliest cat, and now he's just so affectionate and wants so many pets. So I don't know if that always happens, but
I feel like that is like a known thing with male cats. Yeah. Not like all of them, but I think it does happen with a lot of them.
Adopt a senior cat.
Adopt a senior cat.
Adopt a senior cat.
If you want to call us or text us, maybe you need some amateur cat behaviorist advice. Maybe you just want to tell us about your pets. You can leave us a voicemail or text us at 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
But don't blaze it. We're on Twitter at TwoBroadPod. We're on Instagram at WayTooBroad. You can email us at WayTooBroad@gmail.com. Happy birthday to Dominic.
Happy
Erin's
birthday,
brother.
Dominic.
I think he listens to this sometimes, maybe.
I don't know. Blaze it.
I'm sure because I don't think any of my cousins listen, and then like someone will like DM me about something that we said, so I don't know.
Well, chill. Shout out Dominic.
Shout out to Dominic.
Shout out Blaze It.
Right. Whether or not he listens to it, big shout out to Dominic. Email us at WayTooBroad@gmail.com. And if you missed any of that stuff, or if I missed something because I was too busy talking about my cousin's birthday, you can find all information about the episode and the links and the contact information at our website at WayTooBroad.com or WayTooBroad.com or
NameYourselfJame.com.
for anything you want. EarnBen.com for anything you need. MaxFun.org for a cute dog on a boat. Amen.bandcamp.com. AEMYN.bandcamp.com for lots of great music. Thank you so much to Eamon for writing our intro and outro music. And that's it. So thanks for listening. Happy birthday, Dominic.
Happy birthday, Dominic.
The podcast candle is now extinguished.
Goodbye.
It's way too long.